What is going on, guys? It's Anbu back with another YouTube video today. Today, well, you probably read the title, but today we're going to be talking about 8 things Shroud does that helps him secure frags in Apex Legends. Shroud, undeniably one of the best Apex players right now, especially hopping just right off of it being a new game. Definitely just incredible aim and an incredible video game player in general, based off of his previous experience in CSGO and other games such as that.
I'm on point.
But we're going to hop into exactly what he does that makes him so much better than, say, your average player in Apex. So normally I'd say, look, let's just hop right into the video. But I do want to make sure that I want to keep doing this channel. I want to keep growing this channel, and I want to do some more streamlined things. I know I posted a full VOD before. I'm going to do some more VODs. It's full-length VODs, 40 minutes, hour, that sort of thing, on Twitch. And that'll be in the description later. That'll be the only time I really plug that. But this channel is going to be more streamlined, shorter videos, that sort of thing, going forward. But hopping into it, so 8 things Shroud does that helps him secure more frags in Apex Legends that you can apply to your own gameplay. The first of which is he uses his ears. Now, this seems like a simplistic thing when it comes to video games, but using your ears in Apex is so crucial. There's so many different sound effects, such as Bloodhound's ultimate or a portal being put down by a Wraith, whether she's going Wraith form, or stuff like that, doors opening, footsteps, all that sort of thing. And Shroud, if you watch his gameplay, you'll see him multiple times a game go, I hear someone, and there's someone here, and you know he didn't see someone, and he'll just know. He'll say, that didn't sound normal, or I know someone's around this corner, something like that. So using his ears makes it so much easier for him to understand that there's going to be someone near him, there's going to be a firefight. He doesn't know how many people there are, but going forward he knows to prepare for a firefight. And that's why I usually suggest you don't listen to music. Like, I see people die all the time that are listening to music, or they're in a call having fun with their friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've listened to music and had a call while playing Apex myself. But if you want to go for these high frag games where you're getting 10 plus kills, it's more than aim. It's having that awareness and being able to hear footsteps around you, hear door open, and that sort of thing, so that you are aware of everything around you and your situation, and you're using every advantage you can have in the game. It's incredibly crucial to the game. And I'm going to show a clip of Shroud hearing something and using it to figure out that someone is nearby and using that to his advantage right after this.
One more right here. West. Okay. Outside the wall here.
Let's go this way.
On me. Good.
All right. The second thing that Shroud does is he always checks his surroundings. It doesn't matter if he's running from far away to the zone. It doesn't matter if he just entered a hot zone, if he just entered a building. He's always checking corners. He's left, he's right. His camera's always moving. He's never staying like straight on when he's running somewhere. I've seen so many people, I've done it myself, where I'm like, I gotta get to the zone. I'm running in as straight as a line as I can, and that's where my focus is. And then someone shoots me from the left or from the right or from behind that I passed, I didn't see, I didn't check my corners, and I've been trapped and flanked because of it. If you watch Shroud, he's constantly moving, and he's constantly checking, oh, maybe someone's behind that rock, maybe someone's in those buildings over there. Even when he's going on a balloon, he's checking around these corners so that he doesn't miss anything. And that's using your ears and always checking your surroundings kind of go hand in hand, because your sight and your sound are 2 of the most crucial things you can use to get and secure an advantage in Apex. Being able to know, hey, there's people over there. And using that to inform the decision, do I want to avoid them or do I want to go fight them? Are they in a better entrenched position? Is my team with me? These are all the sort of things that allow you to collect the information you need to secure more frags going forward. And it will drastically improve your gameplay. Hey, once I stopped listening to music, once I started checking my corners, I noticed more people. I was more aware, and I had the information I needed going into the game to make informed and better informed decisions and take better fights. Now, that doesn't mean I always won those fights, but I had a much better chance, and I was more aware that a fight was going to happen. Now, moving on from that, and another thing Shroud does is he holds corners. He doesn't just stand out in the open. He will hold a corner and say, hey, if you want to get out of this room that you're stuck in, if you want to get out of this situation, you have to come fight me. And there will be a clip playing in the background of him doing this, where he is in market and they're in one of those high ground rooms, like up the stairs, and the enemy team is stuck in that room and Shroud's outside and he's holding this corner. He says, if you want to come out here, you've got to open the door and come to me. I don't need to come to you, but I will as soon as I get a kill. As soon as one of you makes the mistake to come out and fight me, where I have the advantage, where I'm going to get the shot off on you first because you've got to open the door, then turn on me and come into the open, and I still have the cover of these corners, then I'm going to push you. Then I'm going to punish you. And holding a corner like that is so effective when it comes to Apex. You can find yourself in these situations constantly when you're fighting in a building, when you're fighting around rocks, whatever you can. If you can take a situation where it makes the enemy that you're fighting say, all right, the only way out of this is I push. I have to come out of this place I'm trapped in, and I have to use an ability. I have to use a grenade. I have to try and secure a frag. I have to make a play. I have to give some sort of resource or make some sort of play in order to get out of this situation. And you will instantly have an advantage. And Shroud demonstrates that time and time again on his streams when he plays Apex. He constantly puts people in a situation where it's, I'm going to get the advantage. I'm forcing you to give me an advantage, whether you're giving resources to me, whether you're pushing me, whatever it is, I will have the advantage in this fight, and you are not getting it back unless you make an amazing play, and I am punishing you for any mistake you make along the way. It's a powerful tactic, and he uses it so well. It's incredible. And the next thing kind of ties into that. He plays with cover. And I know I talked about this in my last video, but number 4 is definitely that Shroud plays with cover. I talked about this with Dizzy. Dizzy always has a plan. Dizzy always goes cover to cover. Or he doesn't stay out in the open too much. He'll keep moving from cover to cover to keep his opponents guessing on where he is, and he always has something to block bullets so he can get heals off, so he can get at good cover, he can mitigate damage coming in. And Shroud does that incredibly effectively. Even when he's fighting in wide open areas where the only cover is small, like juts of rocks or cliffs, if nothing too massive, he's always playing with the cover. He's head glitching, and he's peeking around on the corners of his cover and saying, I'm going to be as safe as I possibly can, and I'm going to out-aim you. Now, admittedly, Shroud has incredible aim, and he is known for his mechanics, but the cover is going to give him an advantage. And if you haven't watched how I go into depth on how to use cover and how that can be so effective from my Dizzy video where he 1v3s by using cover, then go watch that. I will timestamp it and link that video in the description because it is a massive play, and cover is so crucial to winning this game. There's no point of just fighting out in the open and both of you just AD strafing, saying whoever aims better and puts down more damage is just going to win. Take every advantage you can in this game. You need to play undercover, and that's why Shroud's able to secure frags. The people he goes up against aren't using that cover, and even when they are, okay, he can out-aim them, but 90% of them aren't using their cover. They're making stupid pushes onto him, or they're playing out in the open trying to get damage off, and he's just saying, fine, I'm just going to stay undercover, you're going to waste bullets, and then when you're reloading, I'm going to punish you. I'm going to head glitch, peek out, hit shots, and you're going to get punished, and then you'll have to take cover, or you're going to die. Right? And he forces them back, and he forces them to either run or die because they don't take advantageous fights, and he does. Having cover over someone is one of the most prevalent advantages you can have in any FPS game, let alone Apex, because there is so much cover to hide behind, and you should never be caught out in the open unless you have to make a wide run through the open to get back in the zone or whatever it is. At the end of the day, Shroud is incredibly effective with the way he plays using cover, and he shows just how important it is to have that. The fifth thing that Shroud does that so few players do is he abuses high ground. And now there's people that will camp high ground, and that's totally different. Shroud will play on the low ground, but he will go on the high ground and take the high ground. And of course, all the memes are going to pop up of I have the high ground, Anakin, Star Wars references is out the ass, but he's always taking the high ground if he
Came
can.
up top, or-
Even if he ends up getting punished because there's not as much cover on the high ground, sometimes he does get out aimed. He's not perfect, but he still took the high ground, and that gives him an advantage. If you can make your opponent have to look up, well, not only do you have natural cover from the thing you're on top of, and you can just back and forth, but to get to you, they have to either wait for you to peek out and try to punish you, or they have to push you. And climbing animations kind of last for a while in this game, and people can be punished if they come climbing up a wall after you. Well, now, high ground doesn't always work out. It can be punished multiple times, but using high ground, forcing your opponent to look up where your teammates can come from the side, and if they try to deal with your teammates, well, you have the high ground and just free shots onto them. Either way, you're pulling someone into a fight that they most likely don't want to take, and they are going to be massively punished for if they do take. Now, it's not going to work out perfectly. Nothing ever does. No one is perfect at video games, but taking the high ground will give you cover. It will give you an advantage. It will allow your team to get an advantageous position onto someone, and it will just put you in a position to win probably 70% of the fights you take, that you would lose if you didn't have the high ground.
Check your Snapchat, dumbass.
And moving on to number 6, Shroud always assesses the situation before and during a fight. So when he knows a fight's coming, when he's using all these things to gain information, he assesses the situation. He's always saying, where am I? Where can I go to get cover? Where can I go to get high ground? How should I take this fight? Where are the potential teammates? How many of them have I seen? We're assuming there's 3 of them. He's thinking about all these things going into a fight. When you're playing video games, so many people play on instinct. They say, I'm just going to get into a fight and aim and use my natural instincts. And some people have the talent to do that, but a lot of us don't. And the reason people that do have those use their brains as well is because it gives them even more of an advantage. If you have a plan going into a fight, you are going to be more successful. And during a fight, making split-second decisions and thinking about those decisions you should make is crucial. Because if you're not assessing the situation, okay, I have 2 people on my team knocked, they have 2 people on their team knocked, we're both low health. Either I push him, maybe he'll push me. I have to make a decision. Do I go for the res and let him res, or do I push him and try to take my chances with a one-on-one fight where we're both low health that I might lose and lose the game for my squad? And assessing the situation, what position do I have? What position does he have? Is it safe to push? Do I have more health? Do I have ammo? Do I have shields? Will I be able to res my teammates after I win this fight, if I win this fight? Are there people maybe trying to third party us? What exactly is the situation I'm in during this fight? Right? Is his teammate flanking me? What exactly should I do in this fight? And those are things you have to think about. Those are things that should be running through your head in an instant, and you should be making a decision. And because in the long run, it's better to die thinking about these things and making a poor decision, and as long as you made a split-second decision and assessed the situation, and then that way you can go back and say, hey, I made the wrong decision, this was the situation, and looking back on it, maybe I could have done this better, I probably should have done that, but now I know for next time, if that situation or something similar comes up, I have that prior knowledge, I have that prior situation to look back on, and I can make a better decision in the long run. So thinking about these things, yes, when you first start doing this, you will hesitate. This is what's going to happen. It's just how it is. The reason Shroud doesn't hesitate is because he's been playing games for so long where you have to make these decisions at the highest level, that he just is able to do them instantly. For the rest of us, we will hesitate. We will make decisions slower. But as long as you make a decision, whether it's the wrong or right one, you are putting yourself on a proper path to keep moving forward and to keep succeeding in this game and secure more frags and to make better decisions in the long run. Now, number 7 kind of goes along the same lines as the decision one, but it's a more aggressive style that Shroud has mastered. Now, once again, prefacing this with the fact that Shroud is a mechanical god and just insane at video games in general. Well, number 7 is Shroud isn't scared to take a fight. Shroud is not scared to say, there's 3 people fighting up there. or 6 people fighting up there, I'll go third party it. Or there's 3 people over there.
It's looking
Yeah.
like
All right, I think I can get cover. I think I can get an advantage, and I think I can rely on my aim enough that I'm gonna go take a fight. And even if it doesn't end up badly for me, well, I still have teammates, and I will learn from it in the long run. He is willing to take fights. He is willing to be aggressive,
yes, it
and he
is.
knows that
Thank
in this
God
game
for
where
that.
people are still new, that he can be aggressive and he can continue to push these people because people will panic. People of lesser skill will panic. Heck, now people are improving at this game at a rapid rate. Do not get me wrong, but willingness to take fights is so important. Yeah, you can play this game any way you want to, but camping in this game will not help you improve. It won't help you become a better mechanical player. It won't help you become better at this game. Constantly putting yourself into these pressure situations where you have to make a decision in split second, where you have to fight, try to rely on your aim, improve your aim, take the proper cover, whatever, right? Right, is going to make you improve massively. And that's, I'm not saying drop solo and try to 1v however many people are in the lobby. But I'm also not saying just run around with your squad the whole time, scared to take any fight and avoiding people at all costs until it's the last 2 squads and you're camping in a corner and win. That's not going to help you improve at this game. I mean, Shroud improved at CSGO because he wasn't scared to challenge people, well, in a gunfight. Right, Shroud is good at this game because he takes fights, because he's willing to take those fights, make the mistakes, and learn from them. To keep pushing and pushing and pushing until, yeah, he might have lost 1, 2, 3, 10 fights in a row, but this 11th fight, the 12th fight, well, now he knows what he's doing. Now he knows he should have taken this position in this town. He knows he should have gone this way. Hey, and now his aim's warmed up. He feels confident, and he's still pushing himself. He's pushing past his comfort level, and continually taking these fights that maybe he shouldn't win. Maybe he should always lose, but he's taking them, and now he's winning them. Now he's building confidence in his ability to take fights. Right? He sees the improvement. And that is the best way you're going to improve. And that's possibly the most important lesson you can take from Shroud's gameplay. Yes, he takes all the information in. He always checks his surroundings. He holds corners. He plays with cover. He assesses the situation. But none of that matters if you're just going to run from the fight every time. If you're not willing to take the fight and put yourself out there, then what's the point of playing the game to improve? You're just playing the game to camp and get wins and play the game however you want. I'm not saying you can't do that, but if you actually want to improve at this game and secure more frags, then you have to be willing to take fights and make those mistakes, just like Shroud does. And of course, the 8th tip, and the one I always harp on, is he constantly moves. It doesn't matter if he's looting someone's death box, he's moving. If he's shielding, he's moving. If he's healing, he's sliding, he's bunny hopping, he's moving. Whether he's on a roof and behind corners, he's head glitching, he's strafing, and he's constantly not moving in a straight line when he's running through open fields and he doesn't think there's anyone around him. And when he's on a balloon, he's always turning his head. He's always moving, getting information, and making it hard for people to hit him. He's making it difficult for people to find him and secure him down as a target and to land shots onto him. He's continually moving and getting into that mindset of, even when I'm searching a death box and I've just cleared out everybody, there's no one near me and I'm 100% sure of it, I'm going to keep strafing and moving so that it's not perfectly easy to hit me if someone might come along with a sniper. Getting into that habit of always moving, always WASD, doesn't matter what you're doing, is so important and is so crucial. And it's the thing I harp on most for Apex players because so many people stand still. Oh, I literally walked up to a dude earlier today that was standing still looting a death box and landed 2 headshots with a wingman from the high ground on him and knocked him instantly. We ended up clearing his whole squad, me and my team. It was clean and it was easy, but because he wasn't moving, it was easy shots. I was able to set it up. He wasn't being aware of his surroundings, and I just got a free knock, and that put his team at a disadvantage. If he had been moving, it would have been a little bit of a tougher shot. There's a chance I might have missed. Maybe it's a slim chance, but I still could have missed. And that's what matters. that one time where that person's going to miss when you're looting a death box and moving, that could save your life. That could be the difference between a victory or falling short. And that's what Shroud does so well. He's always on the move. But that concludes our list. This has been 8 things that Shroud does that helps him secure more frags in Apex Legends that you can add to your own gameplay. I hope to hear from you in the comments about how these tips are going to work for you, and that they are working for you. They've worked for me. And if you like the content, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments. I try to respond to every single one. And yeah, my socials are in the description. And thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.